Hello and welcome back to another episode of Queenish. It is your girl Kiera.
This is Raven.
This is Helena.
How was your week, ladies?
Long. It's finally Friday.
Yeah, it was a long week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad it's the weekend.
Thank God. How was yours?
It was okay. I feel like we need another holiday in between now and Labor Day.
Yeah.
I need like a 3-day weekend. 4th of July came and left.
I need another birthday weekend off or something. Like,
we can create one.
I need another stimulus check.
Listen, I heard they talking about passing one.
But I think it's like for people who make less now. Compared to the 90,000 or less. I think it's like 40K or less now.
Or I think it's at 45 or something.
Bitch, you ain't getting that.
Well, I'm slightly poor, so, I need to run that check.
I'm mad. How you going to give everybody one the first time and then say, actually, we're going to cut it down now? They got the money.
We live in America.
All them other countries paying people's salaries this whole quarantine, this whole virus thing, people were getting their salaries paid. We get a measly $1,200.
We live
to
in
survive
America.
on 4 months.
And some people's rent is $1,200.
Mm-hmm.
You're stupid if your rent is $1,200.
Some people's rent is $1,200 and don't have no children. I mean,
I am not going to be in no fucking apartment and a rent of $1,200.
some people pay that. Let you go downtown.
Sorry, Ray.
Mine was almost that. It was close to it.
That's a mortgage.
It was. That's why I got the fuck out.
For sure, that's a mortgage.
Jesus Christ.
I ain't had time to be playing games.
And that's all that will give some people. So some people only could pay their rent that one time and nothing else. No food, no clothes, no nothing.
I be eating at my mama's house.
Yeah, ramen noodles is 49 cents a pack.
Girl, coming out of quarantine with some damn high blood pressure, all that salt.
It's okay.
No, people bought up the noodles when all this first happened. There was no noodles. There was no.
I had like 2 packs of ramen noodles left.
There was nothing. People swept them out, and I don't even eat ramen noodles like that.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't take the almond milk. No, people don't drink almond milk like that.
That's a lie. I couldn't find almond milk.
No,
Really?
Sam's Club had almond milk.
I go to Publix. They always got almond milk.
Yeah.
But when this first, it's good now. But when this first started, I could not find almond milk.
When it first started, regular milk, people drink regular milk.
Which is stupid. You should get almond milk. It lasts longer.
They do. Even lactate milk lasts longer.
Yes.
I'll stick to almond
Well,
milk.
I was in there. They sure left all the fruits and vegetables.
Girl,
With
they
that unhealthy ass.
What?
Chicken was gone. Pork chop was gone.
Pasta. People ate nothing but pasta.
The fish was there.
Oh, yeah.
There was
I
fish.
said, well, I can eat some fish.
Weren't no crab legs or shrimp.
There was no cheese either. If you needed something to cook with some cheese was gone.
That's why they bought all the toilet paper. Because they was like, well, I'm going to eat all this cheese.
Well, I'm good at
wipe
cheese,
my shitty ass. And I can't mess with no cheese. I go over there and get my vegan cheese.
Cheese and cow milk?
I actually tried the vegan cheese.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
I got my mom on it now.
It tastes like cheese.
Mm-hmm.
No, it don't melt
It
the
does
same.
not melt the same. You got to heat it up for a long ass time.
For sure.
But
that's the only thing. It does not melt the way regular cheese melt, but it tastes like cheese.
It tastes like cheese.
It tastes just like cheese.
That shit probably make me more gassy than anything.
It shouldn't.
It's no dairy. It's dairy free.
I don't know about all that.
It's dairy free
Well, if I
cheese.
don't tell you, you won't know.
True. I mean, it look a little different, kind of, but it tastes the same. Flavor-wise, it tastes the same.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You'll drink almond milk, everything else, but you ain't gonna try vegan cheese?
I mean, God ain't make no damn vegan cow.
God ain't make no almond milk either.
He made almonds.
And they don't have milk. So
Yes, they do. You crush them motherfuckers up and put some little bit of water.
The same way they took them cashews and crushed them up and made some cheese.
Look.
How the hell they make cheese from
The
cashew?
same way they made that damn almond milk. I don't know, girl.
Cashew milk and oat milk. Every little nut got a milk now.
They said the oat milk is good. I want to try it.
And pistachio. I think they got pistachio milk.
I don't know no pistachios.
I love pistachios,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to drink no pistachio milk. What is that, green milk?
I don't even know. Just leave it. Pistachio as a pistachio. Yeah, everything I gotta have a milk to it.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm going that. Well, that leads us into our Jester News for the week. Raven, what is our Jester News?
What else could he be but a jester? A jester? A jester? A funny idea, a jester.
All right, y'all. So y'all might have seen Kanye losing his damn mind at the presidential campaign rally in South Carolina. So he said some wild shit about Harriet Tubman and slavery and shared his thoughts on abortion before he had a complete breakdown.
I've always said that man ain't been normal since his mama died.
He hasn't.
He really hasn't.
And Amber left him. And Jay-Z broke up with him. Jay-Z did break up with him. And I love me some Jay.
He all right.
We're going to move on. Because you're not going to sit here.
He all right.
It's okay. Let's keep going, Ray.
You're right.
Let's keep going.
Yeah. But yeah, and then he's been having his outburst on Twitter. I don't know what that nigga been talking about, but he just been going crazy, going in on Kim, going in on Chris.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, girl, you gotta look. He just keeps going on Twitter and just keeps going every day talking about something. They're a white supremacist and this and that.
He said his wife was a white supremacist.
Well, he said Chris was.
I think he's going to be the first one to really shine light on that whole Kardashian family. Like the true, like expose their true colors. Because something's going in there, down in there. And he might just need to get out.
I think he's in a sunken place.
He's like deep in it.
He did say they made that movie about him.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. He said, I think they made Get Out about me, right? I was like, oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, because honestly, that whole rumor about that whole family, every man that's ever been there, they haven't been right, which is true. Like,
look at Tristan now. He got cornrows.
He looks stupid as hell with them cornrows. I saw that picture and I used to think that man was so fine. And I said, nah, I'm good.
And I think he's like 26, 25.
He's young.
Is he that young?
He's young.
I thought he was a little older.
No, bruh is young.
He's 26 for real. I thought he was like 30. I thought he was at least 30.
God, he's not close.
I think he's young. He looks a little older, but I think he's young.
He got a whole grown man face.
He does. Well, Chloe.
That's probably why she said, oh, he looked like he about 30.
Mm-hmm.
How you say that damn boy name?
Tristan Thompson.
Spell the damn Tristan.
Tristan.
I had no idea he was only 26.
He's young.
Oh, he's 29 now.
Oh, okay. Well,
I was about to say, that's
Chloe,
about...
And then Chloe is 36.
I knew he was younger than her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Child. Yeah, something going on. Every man that they've ever been with is just something.
Something's wrong. But at least Lamar got out, and he's got him a cute little fiance, and he seems to be doing well.
I don't know. I still like Lamar for Chloe, though. They were cute.
In the beginning, they were
cute together. She would really love that man.
They've been through some stuff.
Crack is one hell of a job.
Girl. The only other man I feel like who hasn't like changed up on them is Travis Scott. I don't think Travis Scott really.
Travis don't be around them like that.
That's my point. I think he the only one that's been involved with that family and is like the only one who's like normal. Even Tiger really is kind of normal, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think Travis Scott is weird anyway, so.
But he's a lot better positioned compared to the other people.
Yeah. And Black China said that they was on some weird shit anyway, so.
Who, her and Tiger?
No, Black China said that the Kardashian family.
That ain't no secret. That ain't no secret at all.
I don't know. I mean, Kanye might have some truth to what he was saying, but also I feel like he might have been having a bipolar episode, and that's what everybody is thinking. So now he's got everybody flying out to check on him. Dave Chappelle, Dame Dash, or whatever. They fly out to Wyoming, wherever he's at, to check on him. I'm like, that's cool, you're checking on your friend, but what's that going to do for him? He needs a mental evaluation. Yeah. He needs mental professionals. He
needs to see a doctor and get put in some kind of institution for a little bit and let him clear his mind. He needs time away from the world, social media. Take the damn phone away. Like Spectrum. If he's with Spectrum, cut his internet. Like, cut the shit.
Not cut the internet.
Did you see his rant at the rally down here? He was going up on some girl.
Crying.
Like, it was like random, and it's crazy because like that's the worst time to have a breakdown because this is supposed to be your presidential rally. If you were my president, and let's say you have a day where you all of a sudden you bust out crying in the middle of your speech,
I'm gonna start a fucking war,
right? That's gonna be my first thought. I'm be like, yo, all of a sudden we got bombs flying across. Like,
right? Nah, I'm good. He's talking about Harriet Tubman didn't do nothing for the slaves.
now that I can see when that girl was like, we leaving.
I would have left too. And then he was crying about his daughter because he said they almost aborted her. Okay, so you got your
story about that. Because a part of me is like, why would I don't know? I guess I don't know. Why would you want to have an abortion?
Maybe Kim
they was married.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like she's got a lot going on. You know, she's a business type. She probably, or maybe she didn't know if she wanted to be with him. Who knows?
But at that point, they was married for a couple years before North came, or at least maybe a year or two. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't really less.
Well, if you didn't want to have a baby with him, I would have stopped at the first one. I would have had 3 more.
Wow.
But I feel like it's that control thing. She looks like she controls everything he do, what he eats, what he drinks. That little fucking cement house, like
cement.
I mean, everything is cement. Everything is a marble slab. I'm like, what the fuck, like
Marble.
what the fuck?
Yeah, and the kids dressed like that too. I said, why the kids don't wear no damn colors?
Like, the girl, she's a girl. Put some pink or purple on her.
But that might be a Kanye thing. He probably telling Kim, this is how I want my kids to dress.
Kanye is not all the way there, and she lets him control stuff. He really does need like a mental health professional. He really needs some help.
At the end of the day, after everybody's done laughing, that man do need help.
Absolutely.
Because I think he's honestly crying out for help, and he just needs time away from social media and time away from the world. And I think a lot of people need time away from social media because social media is depressing. It's depressing and it's also helpful because sometimes you're having a bad day and you can just click on Facebook and watch stupid videos and just laugh and feel better for that moment. But then also you get on there and you see everybody living this fake life or whatever life that you think you want to have so bad. But you can't have it, and it gets even more depressing. You see this person, oh, me and my man, we going to this and doing that. Oh, I just bought me a car. I just gotta, and you don't have the means to do all that, and that shit just trigger a whole lot of stuff in people. So social media is, I don't know. I think it's like good and evil at the same time. And sometimes people just need to detox on social media, but some people don't know how to get away from that magnet. Because they're so reliant on social media. Oh, when I'm happy, I'm gonna go on social media. I'm gonna be on social media. Like,
that's true.
I agree. I've had to make myself step back from social media because it can make you feel some type of way when you see all this, like you said, happy couples, people, accomplishments, new job, new house, new car, money. And I made myself in the mornings now, instead of me waking up and going straight on social media, I try to take a moment to myself, get my thoughts together, do something, maybe watch something funny, but not necessarily get on social media and go through pictures and statuses because you set your tone for the day. Yeah. As soon as you get on, you got all these people's opinions, all this bullshit in your face. Yeah. And once you start, you stuck on it all day.
I don't ever, when I wake in the morning, I don't ever grab my phone and look it on no social media.
And don't see no good drama either, girl. Right. Now you stuck on it for at least 30 minutes. Now I'm waiting for you to finish our story. What's going on with our relationship? Like, girl, don't leave me out here. You started this shit. We in this together now.
Right. Here you go on the toilet. Refresh. Refresh.
Where is our boyfriend? Where is our ex-boyfriend at? Like, finish the story.
Where's our ex-boyfriend?
This is our relationship now. People just rely on social media way too much than what it was intended for.
That's true.
I think it was like a passerby time just to distract yourself, but now people rely on social media for everything. Social media tells you your happiness. They be like, oh my God, Facebook said I'm going to have 2 kids. So yeah, I'm going to have 2 kids and be married by 2021. Bitch, you still might have corona by 2021. So...
Child, nah. Some people they're plugged in. There are some people who literally they'll be at work and will be on social media all day, putting up whatever they want to put up, refreshing whatever. It's
Instagram. I feel like Instagram is more toxic than anything because it's just fake lives on there. Like everybody's just trying to be somebody they're not.
It's easy to get wrapped up in it. It's so easy. And it, like you said, it can take over your whole morning, your whole day, whatever you... I've been late doing stuff because I just sat there, all of a sudden you just start scrolling or you find us and you're like, oh, I
Sit on
didn't know
top of
about
that
this.
toilet first thing in the morning. The next thing you know, it's 6:35. I'm like, shit, I gotta go. I'm late.
Looking at some bullshit. That don't be about nothing.
Yeah, I have to follow this story from our ex-relationship yesterday.
And before they delete it.
You know, they're quick to post and delete. Bitch, I already screenshot.
And I'm putting it in the group chat. Thank you.
That is what happens. We ain't the only ones.
No, but like social media, I don't know. I feel like it's just a mask that just cover people. Mainly Instagram. I think Instagram is the more deadly and toxic one because everyone's on there doing just being fake, and you can tell because the person you're talking about saying this is my man, girl, we saw him on Facebook with somebody else.
Facebook sometimes is the one that gets me going because once you start, because it could be sometimes it ain't even like drama. It just be like the memes, or you just start scrolling and I just start seeing something else. Next you know, I just keep going and going. Next, and I'm like, I've been saying here for 10-15 minutes. I'm supposed to be doing something.
All I do on Facebook now is watch Chinese people eat.
It's easy. Just look. Those ASMR.
The Mumbai.
The mukbang.
Mukbang. I'm thinking about Mumbai.
Like,
that's a country in India.
She had to say it like she was Asian. No, mukbang.
It is mukbang.
Come down, mukbang.
I watch Wild 'N Out and Mukbang and Mumbai, whatever that shit's called.
Mukbang.
Them Chinese people eat. And
I cannot watch that shit.
You can't watch mukbang?
I cannot listen to people
I love it now.
So
I literally stopped being friends with somebody because I could hear that bitch chewing all
I don't
the time.
want to hear you chew next to me, but now I can hear a Chinese person chew and be happy with it.
No, and then like the people that do the ASMR.
Yeah.
Turn that shit
just
off.
like,
I'm like that.
And it's like, what do you get out of watching somebody eat? And then they be eating nasty. People be having.
It's usually crab legs. Most people
no,
do
them
it.
crunchy,
Like,
extra crunchy fried chicken.
I've never seen a fried chicken one.
And then the noodles.
Oh, look. There's only one girl who grosses me out doing that, and like, cause she literally. She'll give a disclaimer and she'll be like, look, y'all, I warn everybody who tune in. I slurp, I moan, all of that. In one
Chinese girl?
No, she's black. Like now that's all she do. The girl is like big now. I've seen this girl literally like cook at least 2 cartons of eggs to do a breakfast mukbang.
Like big as in fat or big as in
like,
popular?
I felt both. Like this girl probably fried like 3 packs of bacon, like crunchy 2 cartons of eggs.
Does she know she can cook enough for one person?
No.
Because I feel like they overeat on that stuff.
On purpose. And that girl was over here in the comments was like, why is she moaning eating eggs? Eggs don't taste that good. Like she'll eat
they
eggs
really
like,
don't.
After like, the most I can eat is 2 eggs. Then I sort of feel nauseous. I can't do it.
Yeah, eggs don't.
Why are we moaning eating eggs and bacon? Like, and some people, like the people will request them to be like, don't wipe your mouth. Like there was one girl said, y'all.
I'm sorry, is this porn?
It's food porn.
Like for some people, yes, I think they get off on that because somebody she said, okay, there was a bunch of y'all who said y'all don't want me to. She was eating crab legs with the butter, so they was like, do not wipe your mouth. So she was like, I'm so uncomfortable doing this because she likes to wipe her mouth when she eat. So she doing a whole video. She said, I'm gonna see how long I can get through this without wiping my mouth. So you guys, butter dripping down your chin. And she was like, I want to wipe it so bad.
Some nasty freak getting off on that.
I sound sick for talking about, it's so crazy.
It drips.
I'm good.
And after a while, she was like, nah, I'm wiping my mouth. I can't do it no more.
Yeah.
I just can't watch people eat.
Look, this whole thing, like you said, it must be food poor people. Everybody got a fetish.
But food?
There are people who are like, what are those people who feed the big girls like they want to get big?
Oh, they want.
I don't know. What's the term for that?
I don't know.
I don't remember. There's a term for that, but they like to feed the women because they want them
to
to be bigger.
Oh my god!
Shit.
Yo, the wine.
Oh shit! Y'all ain't living right because y'all jumped. I just looked at it. Our little wine stopper thing just popped out.
Popped all the way out.
Yeah, that threw us off.
Lord. I know I ain't living right.
I ain't even jump.
I
done seen some shit, y'all.
But I don't know what's the name of that, but comment below the name if you know what it is. On our YouTube page, if you know what the name for.
And Instagram.
If you know what's the name for those people who love to
feed people.
Like the people on my 600-pound life.
Yes, it's like I feel like there's somebody. It's called like chubby chasers or something. I don't know.
I mean,
chubby chasers when you like fat people, like
but
big girl. But if you make people fat, what is that?
There is a term for that, but there are some people who I saw one time. I was on TV. This dude, he purposely dates larger women, and he was in the morning. He would force them to drink like weight gain shakes. They were already like over 300 pounds. He would make them in the morning drink weight gain shakes. Like, he would go out and buy them hella food because he wanted them to be big.
And he was probably skinny as shit.
Oh, yeah. He was like a toothpick.
I feel bad for the big women that have to.
They look like they was happy.
Skinny niggas. Have you ever dealt with a skinny nigga? That nigga,
yes.
I felt a pelvis bone stabbing me. No.
When you can see the bone.
They feel like Legos.
I don't mind slim.
You
I like
gotta
slim.
get off.
I prefer slimmer men though.
But I like
slim, but I'm talking skinny. Like this nigga bones, I could feel his bones. Like,
there was only one like that where I couldn't. I was uncomfortable.
But skinny niggas,
that dick be on
got
fire.
that third leg.
Like
that's the only place.
And they got energy though. The motherfuckers got energy
because they ain't got no damn weight.
I'm like, damn, your metabolism high. All this damn energy
and all their weight go to their dick. So
damn,
you finish like nigga,
nigga, slow down.
When you finish, you talk about metabolism.
What the fuck? Is this why you don't gain weight?
And you in that bitch sweating and he good.
Nigga talking about round 3. No.
Lego man, get off me.
Shit, the fuck?
He said Lego man.
Laying on the skinny nigga feel like Legos. I promise you, I will never do it again.
I only dated one dude who was that skinny. Other than that, everybody else been like average. Like they've been slim, but like.
And they love when you be thick. And I'm like, what? Why?
Bring that body heat over here, girl.
I'm scared to sit on you.
I be like, am I too heavy? You in a shift?
Nope, they want it all on them.
I be like, is this hurting you?
You said shift?
Like, shit, how did we get into this topic?
We're
talking about
Kanye. We don't went in the damn rabbit hole.
And depression.
Oh my God.
And anxiety.
Right.
And mental health in general.
Right. Which that is our throne talk.
Everybody knows me. I'm a queen. This is called royalty over here, okay? I'm not stepping off my throne to address no bum, no chicks that are beneath me, and nobody that has not worked as hard as I worked for anything.
We are discussing mental health, and we will make a disclaimer. We are not mental health professionals. We are not mental health professionals. I'm going to say it again. We are not mental health
Don't quote me on anything.
We do not diagnose people. We are just having a conversation about the importance of it.
We did not study it at all.
This is our opinion, once again.
Definitely did not go to school for this.
I ain't go to school for a lot of shit.
Do not be offended. We probably won't offend anybody, but some people are easily sensitive. So.
If you're easily offended, then this ain't the podcast for you.
And this is not to offend no one. This is just our opinion. This is just us having fun. So if you take it personal, then that's on you. Shit. We don't apologize over here.
Take that up with
I don't.
We're never going to purposely offend you. That's what I would say.
Never.
And I'm never going to purposely apologize.
Oh my God.
I don't believe in apologizing if I'm not wrong. You would never get a sorry out of me if I don't think I'm wrong. I'm not going to apologize.
And that, people, is an Aries for you.
Right. I won't. If I apologize and I know I'm not wrong, that's me telling you, oh, I'm wrong. When I know I'm not wrong. But I'm not going to say I'm wrong because I'm not apologizing if I'm not wrong.
This is an Aries.
I
was raised by an Aries.
When I used to talk to Aries, I want to knock that nigga head between the washer dryer every day.
Because saying I'm sorry is acknowledging the fact that you did something wrong when I know I didn't do something wrong.
Well, you don't believe it's wrong, so I guess I mean I get it, but
So, I mean-
not really. But
If I apologize, then I know I'm wrong. So, but I'm not wrong.
You just made me think of something, but I'm not gonna talk about it because we're gonna be off topic. We have to talk about another time. But I really was like, yo, I don't think my mother's ever said sorry.
Because
my sisters never apologize. They're both Aries. They've never.
I'm not going to
apologized.
apologize if I'm not wrong.
My whole entire life, I've never heard I'm sorry.
Because I'm not wrong. If you're not wrong,
My entire life, they don't think.
Aries?
why
Yeah.
apologize
You
if you're
just
not
made
wrong?
me realize that.
I'm not. If I ever say I'm sorry, then I know I was wrong.
we're gonna have to
My
make that
sister
a
has
topic.
done right. My sister has done stuff to me where I'm like, yo, she knows she was dead wrong. She's never apologized about it.
Because she wasn't wrong.
No, she was definitely wrong.
She doesn't want to say sorry.
She was
Right.
wrong in your eyes, but she felt
She
in
was
herself that
wrong.
she wasn't wrong because whatever she did, it wasn't wrong to her.
Aries. I'm telling you.
I can't date him.
I was raised by one. My sister's one. I just been around, and now my best friend one. I just been around Aries women my whole entire life.
I really don't know how we're best friends.
I'm not going to apologize if I'm not wrong. I'm not.
I guess I'm just lucky enough to not be offended by you. Cause
Right. I mean, you never offended me. If anything, I just be like, I mean, she just speaking how she feel.
But
I
my thing
don't
is, if
ever
I'm going to
try
say
to-
something wrong, I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to apologize.
Okay. Helena is not apologizing. So
She's unapologetic.
So,
All right, guys, but let's get into it. This is our Throne Talk. We are discussing mental health. So, given everything that happened with Kanye, if you were a family member, if you were his friend, how do you feel would be like the best way to support him? If you were his friend, his sister, aunt, whatever.
a person like that already got their mind made up. He already think he knows more than any and everybody. So, I mean, I know medication is not the thing for everything, but I just think he needs to be sedated right now so he can clear his mind. Put him in. I think he needs to be in the hospital.
I mean, I think he might have been diagnosed with bipolar, and I
think
feel
so.
like somebody that has bipolar, you have to have some type of medication.
He probably don't take his medication. He probably have it and won't take it.
And I know that some people say when they take their medication, well, at least I know people that have taken anxiety medication, it makes them feel different. They feel really like out of body, like lazy. They're just there.
Yeah.
So he might not like that aspect, but he has to find some way to get that under
Ooh, it's
control.
wine time.
He has to find some way to get that under control. So he might need medication. He needs somebody to talk to for sure.
Yeah. That's not family, that don't know him, that won't judge him. Someone who's just going to listen. And I'm like, well, ye, or yay, or Kanye. Babe, I just think you just need to relax and just go sit on the cement couch.
Well, Kim is trying to get him help, but he doesn't want it. He went out to Wyoming. I think that's why all his friends were out there checking on him. So,
He needs someone that's non-family. Someone that's not going to tell him what he needs to do.
well, his
Someone
friends
who's
need
going
to
to
say
listen to him.
that. Yeah.
I'll disagree with you on that because remember a couple years ago when he went to TMZ and he was talking to that black guy and he was going back and forth with him because he had some outburst and there was a black guy who worked at TMZ. I think he probably made another black comment and that's a person who does not know him. And he was saying you cannot make. I think it was when he said like slavery or he made some comment about something black that was like a big outroar a couple years ago. And the guy was going back and forth and he kept arguing with him. So like someone with him, regardless of like you say,
But see, that guy was arguing back. He just needs.
he was
someone
trying to
who's
educate
gonna-
him. The guy was trying to educate him on the comment he made.
You know how a therapist works, just that
That
reverse
conversation.
psychology kind of shit. I just think he needs someone who's just gonna let him talk first. Let him get all that shit out.
He'll talk the whole session.
It's cool because you pay me.
But Kanye is the type that if you do not interrupt him, he will go on a rant.
let
and
him,
will go
let
on
him get
and
some.
on.
He's gonna stop eventually. Even if it takes days, that every day you'll have a 30 minutes. Let him talk for that 30 minutes, and you just take notes. And then when he runs out of shit to say, then you just go back on everything. And he just needs someone who will let him finish talking.
Okay, and then he finishes talking, and then what? Because Kanye don't seem to think anything's wrong with him.
Yeah.
So
I will say this there's this one thing that I feel like is in like the black culture, the black community, where we do not want to go and get help. Because I feel like Kim made that comment where she was like, or when she did that whole Instagram post, she made a comment saying something like, y'all just be there for him, or something along the lines of where I guess he wasn't taking medication or something. Like, okay, you've been diagnosed, so you did take the time to figure out, you knew something was wrong, something was off, so you took the time to figure that out. So if you are truly diagnosed with bipolar, that's great. But now it's the steps to, like, I don't think there's a cure for it, of course, but it's like a way to maintain, to control it. You have to find what helps you control it. So I feel like instead of him out here, you know, trying to figure it out, because that's something clearly you need help with, you need aid. So go, like, it's just this thing in the Black community where we just don't want to go get help. Like, if you're sick, Black people don't want to go to the doctor.
Oh, it's definitely a thing. I feel like there's something about mental health that Black people are not comfortable with.
Girl, you're not depressed. You just need to take a nap. Go sleep. Drink
some
water and sleep.
And it's something to do with, like, our parents and our grandparents. Oh, you don't need that. You just need to pray. You know, okay, I need to pray, but I also need some real help.
Right.
Girl, you just go drink some water and go to sleep. Take a nap.
Right.
You're
not depressed. You're too young to be depressed.
You just
First
tired.
of all, depression does not know an age. Bipolar does not know an age. Anxiety does not know an age.
And on top of that, what our parents and our grandparents, like, the times are so different now. They're not dealing with the stuff that we dealt with. Everyone's probably dealt with bullying to a certain degree, like bullying or whatever. But, like, at this day and age, you can get bullied on social media. There was no internet back then. You can go to school.
And these motherfuckers are mean now.
Yeah, like, bullying is different. And some people be like, oh, you're getting bullied online. Why don't you just turn the computer off? And some people feel like that's giving somebody the power over me. Because if I turn my computer off to get away from the bully, that means feeling like you're controlling, you having access to my life. You controlling everything I do. Because if I get offline just so you stop bullying, block the bitch.
Definitely Black people.
I never really understood online bullying. I'm blocking you. I'm reporting you. Deleting you.
I don't give it energy. Luckily, I've never, like, been online bullied ever. Like, luckily. But there are some people who really be attacked.
Yeah.
Like,
and some people don't know how to turn it off. And I guess that's where that help come in, whether it's medicational or therapeutic or... And like you said, with Black people, with Black families, it's hard to go sit down and talk to mommy and daddy. Because mama ain't got time. Girl, I got to sleep. I got to work in the morning. I got to work at night. I got to sleep. Honey, we got better things to worry about than depression. It's just...
That should not be the narrative at all. Like, I feel like as a parent, if your child is actually coming to you with a problem like that, that's severe. Because nowadays it's like, it's way different than how it was in their time. Like, that generation was sweeping under the rug. Like, that ain't nothing, you'll get over it. And sometimes they'll be like, oh, you get over it, you ain't gonna remember them. Well, right now I'm not older.
Their bullying was probably, your mama a crackhead. Your mama on crack. That was probably their bullying.
These kids are mean as shit, and kids are committing suicide now from bullying. Yeah. So it's a real problem.
It's a real problem. Like, this ain't your mama on crack kind of bullying no more. No. I saw your mama news on OnlyFans.
Oh my God. That is what it is.
Yeah.
I saw your mama titties on Twitter. Like,
and they'll show you the picture. Here it is.
Your mama a hoe. Like, damn.
And they'll be like, I'm coming to your house. I'm going to beat you up. And they will beat you up. Like, damn, we were just talking.
Ooh, you got Shaqs on. I got Jordans. Like, like, kids are cruel.
They are very mean.
And now this whole world star thing too, like, I cannot, like, I swear the day I have children, I will put when they're old enough, I'm putting them in boxing, whatever, some type of self-defense.
I fight kids.
Like, I cannot deal with the fact that there are literally children who will gang up with all their friends to go jump somebody, and then people just sit back and record it, watching someone get beat up. If my child comes back home to me looking different than the way I sent him to school, or her,
I'm sorry.
I'm tearing that school down.
School, whole city burned to a crisp.
But no, that's okay.
I'm gonna be like that girl who tried to blow up her ex-boyfriend's car. I'm gonna take a gas.
the Jeep girl.
I'm gonna take some gasoline and a grill lighter.
Blow your ass into a Ford Taurus.
I'm gonna go to school with a gallon of gasoline and a grill lighter. What you call them damn lighters? I call them grill lighters. What are these things called?
I call them a candle lighter. I don't
know.
The long lighter.
Right, the long. Child, I don't got it in me.
I'm sorry. Like, I tell one time, Malachi Hakeem was talking about this kid was making fun of him because he didn't get in trouble. It was something he said this kid told him. I said, tell him, I don't fucking care. I told him, you can cuss. I get information. Yes. I told him to tell you, leave him the fuck alone. And when you get in trouble, I will come to school politely and tell the principal, yes, I told him to tell him to leave the fuck alone. No, we're not bullying my kid. Anybody hit you, I don't care. I'm not condoning the violence, but nobody's going to make my kid commit suicide.
That's different. That's
fuck
self-defense. You said if someone touches you, you basically defend yourself. That's
if somebody make fun of you cussing the fuck out. You got to set that boundaries. You got to show them, listen here, I ain't the motherfucking one. Oh, hell, I am the one.
Mama ain't raised no hoe.
For real.
And if she gonna raise a hoe, you better be a good hoe. Shit.
Shut up.
Be good at what you do. Shit.
I mean, that's different though. But you know what? What you're also teaching him is how to like defend yourself, and then you're building some type of self-confidence up too. Like a lot of people get bullied, they don't have no confidence, like they don't know who they are. So you're a target because if you know who you are, if someone talks crazy, you could be like, nigga, I know that ain't.
Yeah, because if they do it one time and you don't say shit, they're gonna be like, oh, we got one. No. I don't give a fuck what people say.
I remember
my child would not get bullied
because I was really shy when I was younger, and I went and talked. I remember people used to try me, and I remember this white boy. He'd said something like, "I slapped the shit out there." Never tried me again. I ain't got nothing to say. I slapped the shit out of him.
Like, I ain't no talker.
I don't talk. You ain't these hands because I ain't no punk bitch. Okay.
Because if you let them do it, they'll feel like, okay, I have a little easy target. Just because my family don't love me at home or my parents not paying attention, I can come to school and be an asshole to distract from or to inflict that same pain I'm going through. I'm sorry your mama don't hug you at night and I hug my motherfucking kid at night. That's not my fucking child problem. That's your parents' problem.
Right. But you know what though? So I can applaud that because a lot of things, like I think I was talking to you about this like a couple weeks ago. I was like, one thing that every parent teaches their child is if someone puts their hands on you, you defend yourself, you hit them back. But no one tells that kid what happens if it's just verbal abuse. Mm-hmm. If someone's just picking on you, they ain't touching you, they just picking on you and just saying a bunch of stuff. No one teaches their child what to do in the moment when it's just a verbal attack. Like nothing past if it's physical, everybody got a solution for physical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When you got a solution when someone's just saying something to you, just talking out the back of the neck.
Don't ask me because I slapped the shit out of that boy. I don't got nothing to say.
If they're talking verbal and you feel like you don't have anything verbal to say, you gonna quiet them one way or the other.
We'll deal with that later.
There has to be some type of way to teach your child how to defend you without having to get to that point. Because again, this is also now where a bunch of kids are jumping people. So if you attack, if you talk crazy to me and my solution was I'm gonna smack the hell out of you, now you gonna get you and your 5 homeboys and I'm gonna go to the bathroom, use the bathroom. Next, you know I'm getting beat up in the bathroom.
It's okay. Make sure you survive and come home.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but even if they were to go back and forth with them, bullies get to the point like, oh, well, now you want to talk shit to me, so now I'm gonna beat your ass.
Okay, but once you touch me, that's a different story.
But then I also don't want to tell them to keep going back and forth with them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But it got to be a balance. You have to be able to defend.
It depends on the parent. It depends on your belief. I mean, I believe this in here. You're not gonna fucking make my child feel like he or she needs to commit suicide or needs to hate going to school.
I'm agreeing with that.
No,
absolutely. I'm agreeing with it. But there are a lot of parents, I feel, that need to know how to understand how to teach their children how to defend themselves when it's just a verbal attack. Everyone has a solution for physical attacks. No one has a solution when someone's just picking on you and saying you ugly or you got on busted shoes or it's that no one knows how to teach their kids. This when someone says something to you, this is what you say back.
And these young teachers nowadays, they don't know what the fuck to be like. Oh, it's okay. Don't pay no mind. No, that shit is not okay.
Right.
Because you're teaching the child to accept being picked on. It's not fucking okay.
I don't like it. Because a lot of times, because that's the problem I have with adults sometimes, is they'll try to say, oh, don't worry about it. In a few years, you ain't going to remember it. That you ain't even going to know them. In that moment, that child don't know nothing else past that moment. All they know is in this moment, they got picked on. Tomorrow, everyone's going to know that I got picked on.
The next day after they're going to be scared to come to school because they feel they're going to get
And then you come back at next month and little Jimmy done came to school with a gun and shot everybody the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Teachers have just as much responsibility. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because some sit back and laugh or they'll just be like,
it's okay.
He's going to grow up to be nobody. Don't worry about him.
Nip it in the bud the minute he says something to you. The minute that boy says something out of line, you should have been like, nah, we ain't doing that and not up in here. shut him down, and boom, that's how bullying can be prevented.
It's funny because I had got an email the other day. It was like, you had 100 and something messages between your son's teacher this past school year. I was like, oh damn.
Were you harassing this lady?
She was. You should hear some of the story. I'm sure the teacher know Helena number by heart at this.
You had changed 105 messages this year.
105.
Leave that lady alone.
Helena.
No, because it was that one time I told you Malachi came home and he got a yellow instead of a green.
Not a red Raven, not an orange. A yellow is the next card after green.
Because this little boy was talking doing fire drill, and Malachi was trying to tell the little boy to stop talking, and she saw him. So she decided, oh, the fact that you was talking during fire drill, I'm just gonna discipline you because. And Malachi was like, well, I was telling him to stop talking to me, to leave me alone. When he came in the car, he started crying. I said, cool.
Oh my God.
That lady and I, we had a good email for at least an hour. She and I was emailing back and forth. She was like, well, when he come back to school tomorrow, I'll change it to a green. I said, thank you.
All that for a yellow square.
Yes.
Yellow.
Yes. My child don't want no yellow. That shit follows you.
She about to get fired. That's what she...
Meanwhile, I got a referral for slapping somebody, and I was like, well, fuck it. Yeah.
No, because my thing is, and another thing is, one of the kids had hit Malachi one time, and Malachi don't hit. He'll go in and tell the teacher. So he came and told me. So I had, she and I had a good 20 emails back and forth. I was like, the next time this happens, I don't get a phone call. I'm coming to the school. I want to talk to the principal, you, that kid, and that kid's mom. Because I don't send my child to school for no one to put their hands on him. I can do that shit my damn self. So the next time that shit happens and you don't call me and let me know that somebody hit my kid and my kid come and tell me, oh, hey, Paul got a red today because he hit me. Why the fuck Paul hit you? And why did your aunt call me to me and Paul hit you? Why my child got to tell me that someone put their hands on him? It should have been in his agenda that, hey, Paul hit Malachi, but we took care of it. I gotta send you 20 emails back. Bitch, I got dinner to make. I got shit to do. But I sat there and I emailed her back to back to back to back to back. And this 105 email don't count the one I sent on her personal phone.
Nah, it ain't even gotta be that. It should be like Paul hit Malachi, but this okay. I snatched him up before like
right.
that. And like I agree. If anything, the minute that happened, knowing the type of parent, because honestly, there are a lot of parents who are like you. So at the minute that happened, you're right. It should have been. Let me write her a note before her child say something. Let me call her on the side real quick.
So I said, the next time anyone hit my child, I don't care if it was accidental. I'm gonna come to the school the next day, and I want that child parents to be present because I need to understand what the fuck you do at home with your child. It's not going to come back to my child. If you're raising a little fucking terrorist, I'm not. Like, keep your fucking bully at home. I don't send my son to school to get picked on or to get hit because this little kid can't control his anger. Because that's, Oh, no. Hell no.
It's true.
I wasn't pregnant for all that motherfucking time for someone to pick up my motherfucking child. The hell?
It starts young and it starts at home. A lot of stuff can be eliminated, like if it's caught early.
Yeah, and most of these kids they don't just wake up bullies. This is some shit that started in elementary, and then they form a little bully clique where they feel like, they can push you into the locker, they're gonna knock your book back, and everybody's gonna laugh and think it's cool because you don't retaliate back. No, I'm sorry, you hit my child. It's okay. If we have to go to 10 schools, I'll be fine. He's a car rider anyway.
Don't you?
We'll be fine. I'll drop him off every morning faithfully across town. You think I won't?
She will.
Shit. If I have to drive to Gastonia to take him to school, I will.
Bitch, getting up at 4 a.m.
It's cool.
I draw the line right there. Gastonia.
If I have to, I will.
Have you been to Gastonia?
You don't want him to go to school in Gastonia.
Listen, if I have to drive him anywhere.
Have you seen the kind of people?
It's okay. And we'll be changing school after the first week.
Homeschool. How about that?
Hell no, I ain't keeping that damn boy home.
Homeschool. And you gonna be driving all the way to Gastonia?
Listen.
That's like, oh God. No.
I just feel like people need to just handle their kids better for other people, not for the sake of them, but for the sake of other people and their child well-being. Because you causing damage to your own child by not correcting them because they do some stupid shit and someone can cause harm to them. And now you out here childless.
Then they grow up to be that way.
And they're like, no, the cops just hit my fucking kid. No, bitch. Your kid is the fucking problem sometimes. The school system didn't feel your kid. And most parents don't understand that. The school is not here to raise your child, to discipline your child. It's up to you. The school system don't feel your kids. You feel your kid by not sitting at home with them, explaining shit to them, doing homework with them, checking homework with them, going over their behavior. The teacher got 20 other kids to deal with. Your child isn't the only person. Oh, the school system should. No, bitch. The school system is daycare. This was to watch your child while you go to school and they come back home. You come home and you finish that shit. But they put so much on the school system that it just don't make no damn sense.
They feel like that's their job. You get paid to teach. You get paid to teach my child how to read and write, not me.
Like, ooh, you can't read.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that shit is it's not fair to them kids. If you're gonna have a child, at least invest in their future in some kind of way. So when they grow up, that shit won't follow them, and that's sometimes what leads to depression and anxiety and suicide and all that shit because they were failed from the beginning.
That's true.
So
start somewhere.
It begins at home.
Have you ever dated somebody who had mental problems?
Girl, Raven, I'm gonna let you handle that one.
I didn't date nobody with no mental problems.
Oh,
like literally had.
Oh,
no.
Half of your eggs just look like they had mental problems. Shit.
Oh my God.
Hell.
I was like, damn, I know I dated some fucked up niggas, but I ain't had to do with that. Thank God.
Oh, my bad.
I can look back at it.
I mean, I messed with an Aries, so that's close enough.
Anywho.
Nah, well, I ain't gonna say I dated, but there was he would probably say differently, but we was not dating.
Entanglement.
I wouldn't know. It was not entanglement. My friend.
He probably think you his damn wife. But continue.
Like, he legit was diagnosed with bipolar depression. But he didn't tell me until, like, one time he had a full live episode with me. Like, it was, like, random, too. Like, and mind you, we're literally, like, friends. And, like, there was just one day in particular, I was at work. And he was just, like, calling my phone, blowing my phone up. And then I have bad signal at my job where I work. So I'm thinking, okay, well, whatever. If someone's calling my time, I'm thinking it better be an emergency. But we wasn't even the type of friends. So where, like, he could blow my phone up at my job for me to, like, be like, oh, hey, because, like, I will definitely, like, take a call at work or whatever. But I was like, why is he calling me? We ain't even cool enough. If something was wrong, I wouldn't be the first person you call. He's leaving voicemail messages. He doesn't text me. And I feel like he even texted me on a Google number because I wasn't responding to the text messages. I guess because, like, a random number texted me and was like, hey. And I was like, who is this? And it was like, oh, so your phone is working. I was like, who is this? And they never replied back. And so when I finally got a chance, I called him. I mean, when I tell you, like, the voicemail message was like, yo, if you didn't want to talk to me, you should have just told me that. I was, like, confused, like, real life confused.
First of all, nigga. See, better you than me, because
but I didn't know what it was. So by the time I'm like, voicemail, what is this? I'm checking, like, he just literally blew up. So I'm like texting him, I'm like, yo, are you all right? Like, what's your problem? Like, what's wrong with you? Oh, and he's just talking to me like, oh, nothing. I'm good. Like, literally, that's what he said.
So you just blew my phone up for fun?
And I was like, nah, what's wrong with you? Like, you literally hit me up. You talking crazy. He was like, nothing. And then, like, a few minutes later, and I just was like, whatever. I just don't have no time to be going back and forth about someone who just, I was like, nigga, you crazy. He would text back and was like, yo, I'm really bipolar, LOL. Like, he's laughing about it. And I was like, yeah, you are. I said, you literally bipolar. And he was like,
self-diagnosed bipolar?
No.
Or
see, he didn't tell me that. He didn't tell me he was bipolar. Until that happened, he was like, yo, haha, I'm like, I'm really bipolar. And I was like, yeah, you are. Like, I'm agreeing, like, hell yeah, you bipolar. He was like, but you knew that, though.
Excuse me?
That's how it was introduced to me.
How am I supposed to know
that's how it was introduced to me?
You have mental illness? Unless
like,
you
legit.
tell me.
When we first became, like, friends, he told me he had anxiety, I think he said. He dealt with anxiety, and he said he stopped taking medication for his anxiety because he was like, I finally got it under control. I don't need my medication. And I think he said he had PTSD or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all he really had. And he said he had short-term memory or whatever because he used to box. So he said, I got like...
He just got short-term memory.
He's like, I got short-term memory, PTSD, and anxiety. He left out that he was literally bipolar depression. He suffered from bipolar depression until he had that episode. And I'm like, oh, what's wrong with you? And he was like, yo, I'm bipolar. I said, yeah, like literally, you are bipolar. Like, that's what I told him. He was like, but you knew that. I said, no, I didn't. He was like, I told you like 2 days after we was like became cool that I was like bipolar. I had bipolar depression. I said, no, you didn't. He didn't tell me until he had a whole episode.
Oh,
Okay.
So, and at that point I was like, I didn't, because of the way he was, I was like, I can't even be friends with like nobody like that, because he's had like another outburst too where he like, and it's literally over nothing. And like 1 minute, and I was like, so, and I was trying to be a good friend. I'm like, so how am I supposed to like, because I've never had been friends with someone who literally was diagnosed with bipolar depression. So I was like, what do you need from me as your friend, like when you're like going through something like that? He was like, he said, I have my moments when I'm down because it's depression. So he's like, I have my moments when I'm down. And he was like, so sometimes I just like, I'm good if I have like company, like we could hang out or something or whatever. And I'm the type of person, I like my space. So if you ever having a down moment,
text me.
Sometimes I don't feel like texting people. Sometimes I just want to be chilling, like, and be in my own world sometimes. So I'm like, and a person like that, I could tell he was like, he's those person, once he finds someone who's like, he gets along with, it's like, he's attached. And I was like, for me, I'm like, let me already.
I don't want to feel like I'm responsible for your happiness or for how you feeling.
Because he definitely he tried to blame me for stuff at times. He would be like, oh, well, we could have hung out and like, you didn't come hang out with me. And I'm like, well, I had something to do.
Right.
Like, my world doesn't stop because you now want me all into your world, and then you have all these ideas, and then you have outbursts. And to me, I feel like if you are someone who deals with mental illness, like, don't use that as an excuse, because, and I'm not saying that everyone does that, but for him in particular, he would have outbursts and then would use his depression or his bipolarness as an excuse for it. AKA, I should get away with my behavior because I'm bipolar.
Was he taking medication for that?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say no, because he's having the outburst. But
then he would literally like my biggest issue with it, like, I could not be friends with him because I'm like, yo, you are not gonna talk to me like that. Like, I would like, and for me, after a while, I don't be doing no talking. I'm just not gonna talk to you no more. And so like, he had another little outburst on me. It only takes 2 times. Like, after the first time when you told me, I was like, okay, I get it. Okay, I see you probably had a moment. The second time, now that I know, and now that I know that you know what you're dealing with, and when you having a moment, you know better than I do. You ain't gonna disrespect me. And so, and I'm not going to give you a pass for disrespecting me because you have bipolar depression.
Right.
Because he would literally like feel like he would want to, oh my God, you, I can't believe you. Like, I literally would not do nothing. He want to like all of a sudden want to start talking crazy. And I was like, okay, well, so I block you.
So where do you draw the line of accountability when dealing with that?
I feel like if there was like a scale, he's the outlier. Like, he's the one that's like not even on the scale. It can't even be picked up the way he acted, because one, you don't keep something like that from somebody, especially when you know it's still a challenge for you to deal with it. And then you bring somebody in to like, oh, you become somewhat cool with somebody, and then you neglect to tell them what you're going through, because had you told me, I would have been like, okay, he's probably, something's not right. Like, to me, if you bugging out, I'm just thinking, yo, nigga.
Yeah, if you call him back to back, like, oh, God, okay, he's going through an episode, maybe he just needs someone to talk to. Let me go and answer my phone and calm him down or whatever. But then I don't want to feel like I'm responsible for you either.
Right.
But I feel like if you're my friend and you have this disorder, this disability, and you don't want to treat yourself and cure, I can't be your friend, because I don't want to be responsible for whatever happens to you, because now I'm going to feel bad on the days where you call me and I don't answer the next thing. Oh, God forbid, you kill yourself. Now I'm like, oh my God, if only I had picked up the phone, he would have still been alive. I don't want to be responsible for nobody.
Nope. I don't want to be responsible, but at the same time, like, you don't get a pass for being disrespectful and rude. Like,
and then you blame it on, but a lot of people nowadays be like, oh, girl, I'm bipolar. Oh, I'm like, no, bitch, you're just seeking attention. And you're just looking for attention in all the wrong places. Not everybody.
I don't like when people do that shit to be cute.
Like, girl, you know I'm bipolar. Like, that nigga he be messing with my, you know I'm just bipolar. Like, that's how me going off on this nigga. And
some people, if you're legitimately diagnosed with that, that's different. But if you self-diagnosing,
These girls
Stop.
don't be. These hoes ain't got bipolar. They just be. You know I'm bipolar. No, you're just being extra.
Right.
Extra. But that's why it's like sometimes I don't know. That's a tough one. So you just seek the help and don't even let society put that stigma where therapy is only for white people or it's for crazy people and da da da. Hell, white people be killing themselves out here too and they don't be going to therapy. I feel like if you need to go.
Yeah, talk to somebody. If you have good friends, talk to your friends if you're having a moment. But I also feel like in my experience with actually dealing with something like that, if you know you're dealing with something and you don't have control over it or whatever, you need to tell people. Because for me, he didn't tell me, and then I'm dealing with it like legitimately thinking, yo, this nigga crazy, like he really crazy, to the point where now I'm blocking you, and now you're trying to find any way to get in contact with me to keep acting crazy, and then when you finally come down off of your episode, you're just like, well, you knew I was bipolar. It was like there was no apology.
I'm
there was
sorry.
Nothing.
I just had a moment.
No, because his excuse was you blocked me, so how could I apologize?
Okay.
That was his excuse. He was like, and I'm like, okay, and I told him, I said, well, this is your opportunity to apologize to me.
Yeah.
He didn't want to apologize. You don't feel bad about it. You just felt like I should sweep it under the rug. But like, I'm not going to sweep your behavior. You're a grown man.
You know your disorder, so you're still accountable for that. You can at least apologize. You need to get some therapy. You need to take a medication.
And because of that, now I can't. Now, for me personally, I was like, I cannot be even in a friendship with this. I was never going to date him ever. But like, I can't even be your friend because, like, look what you did. Right. And if you would have told me in the beginning, I asked him. For me, I felt like because I've never dealt with that before, I thought I was doing the right thing. So what do you need as a friend? Because like, what can I do if you ever have a moment like that and you're around me? Or whatever. I
don't know if I could even do anything for somebody like that. What can I do?
And he would say like, I can handle it. It's no big deal. And he would just say like, sometimes I'm good. Like just sometimes he just needed to be around somebody because it's depression. So it's a bipolar depression. You have a moment when you have an episode and then you feel really low and down on yourself. So sometimes for him, it was just like he just needed someone around. I guess he just needed some type of
person for that. Because I very much like my space.
I like my
space. So if
too.
you're having a depression episode and you want to talk to me all the time, I'm not going to be helpful. And that's sad to say, but I'm just not. Because I have my days, 75% of the time, I don't feel like talking to people.
I mean, and I think everyone's probably different with that in particular, but in his case, that's what he said he needed. So I'm not going to say that he speaks for every person who suffers from bipolar depression, but for him, that's what he said he needed because he wasn't taking his meds at the time. He said, he told me he finally got to a point because he was taking therapy too. So he said he finally got to a point with therapy where he felt like he didn't need medication for that.
I mean, at least, he knew what would help him. But they're still putting a lot of responsibility on you. Because if you're telling me that to help your depression, to help you feel better in those moments, that you need to be around people, what about how I feel at that moment? I don't want to be around you right now. You don't know if I'm going through something. So now I'm going to feel bad, or you're going to make me feel bad because I'm not there for you.
And he would.
I
feel like with him, he would play that. Like, a part of me feels like that was his tactic. To try to get what he wanted. I feel like he would use it as an excuse so he can get what he wanted.
My thing is not, are you having an episode or you just having the attention?
Sometimes I feel like with him it was attention because there are times where he'll be like, oh, like, let's hang out. And I'll be like, well, I can't right now. And like, it wasn't because I like sometimes I was like, I literally was doing something. I was like, I can't hang out with you. Like for me, I'm like, don't hit me up. But we didn't have that type of relationship where you could hit me up at the last minute and say, let's come hang out with me. And I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. I'll come kick it with you. Like, so for me, because we don't have that type of relationship, you need to literally set something up with me. Like you should be like, hey, on Saturday, like you want to, like, that's how we are. You don't hit me up a few hours before you want to hang out or something. Like I literally had a long day.
And then when I tell you no, that you want to show your ass.
And he did. Like there were times where I'd be like, well, I can't right now. I'm busy. I think I was legitimately had something to do. And he was like, oh, well, fine. Like you just don't want to hang out with me. You could just say that.
I don't want to hang out with you.
But then the thing is, you would make that as an excuse. I'll be like, no. I told him, I'm like, look, we can hang out another time. I would literally be like, we can hang out another time. I can't do it right now. Which to me is polite. And I would say that anyone. If I'm doing something, I'd be like, I can hang out with you right now. We can hang out another time. All of a sudden now it's, oh, you just don't hang out with me, whatever. Like, now you're mad that, because I guess, I don't know if part of it is you deal with some type of form of rejection because of whatever you're going through. Because I think that's when he will deal with depression in those moments. So I guess if you tell him no and he's already feeling low, you rejected me, now I feel worse, and now I'm going to lash out about it.
See, that's a lot to deal with, because I'm gotten to a point in my life, even if I'm not busy, if I don't want to do something, I'm going to say, no, I don't want to do that shit. Because guess what? That's a part of my self-care. What about what I need for my own mental health? I don't want to be around people right now. And you're not going to make me feel bad because you're having an episode. You got to find some other way to deal with it.
So imagine how Kim Kardashian feels.
I feel for Kim. I couldn't. No, I really can't do it. I feel for her
because imagine the outburst that we've seen publicly. Imagine what happens at home. Mm-hmm. Like, imagine if, let's say, a tomato is out of place or something. You know, something random, and all of a sudden now it's like,
put a glass on the marble.
It could be like a whole lot.
We're using glass. It's supposed to be a tin cup.
Oh.
It could be a whole thing. So, like, I feel for her because a long time ago when he first started having these episodes, people was like, if he was with a black woman would have been checked him. Granted, I do feel like to a certain extent that is kind of true, but at the same time,
but he's too stressful for any woman.
That part.
But I also would like to say this: Black women are not rehab centers. Why do we have to fix broken men?
Girl,
that is not our job. Who is going to help us? But that's a topic for another day.
The world puts so much stress and so much responsibility on the black woman and not enough responsibility on the black man. Like, this and that, that and that.
It's just not fair. It's not fair to us. We are not the healers, the savers. We're not here to do all that.
We deal with a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot of responsibility on the person, and it's not fair. That's a lot to ask.
We have to deal with a period. Ovulating.
Carrying a child and your whole body is changing.
Losing your edges.
Not the edges.
Breaking a fingernail.
A lot.
The edges is more stressful than anything.
I'm sorry. I know this is off topic, but I saw something about this girl saying, that pregnant women can lose their teeth. And I was like, bitch, what?
Oh.
Your teeth can get so loose that you can lose them. But that's why you're supposed to take them vitamins. The prenatal.
I mean, your gums do get irritated, and sometimes it might bleed when you're brushing. I don't know. Your gums get like inflamed and stuff like that.
See, that's a lot. Women already deal with a lot, and then you want us to heal broken people, broken men. That's not fair. That's a lot to ask of a person. We have to deal with
that last day of period where you thinking you're done, and then poof! Oh no, another pad. Do you know how annoying that shit is?
You just gotta wear a panty liner for the.
You think it's your last day? Oh yeah, I'm done. I'm about to, go take a nice shower, pull it out, clean it up real good. I'm gonna be good.
Not to swirl the 2 fingers swirl up in the coochie. So she cleans the coochie.
No, you go use the bathroom to go pee. You wipe, you see pink. The fuck? It never ends. Then I gotta worry about taking care of a man? Seriously? I gotta worry about No, it's okay. Let me focus on this period for this month, okay? Try me in the next 28 days.
28 days?
But don't fucking talk to me when I'm ovulating. Or when I'm fertile either.
Girl, we only have 1 good week out of a month. Now you think about it, because you got PMS the week before, you got your period week, and then you have ovulation week. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Ovulation be hurting. That shit hurt now. We didn't go way off topic. But regardless, we're saying that women have a lot to deal with. On top of trying to heal somebody that's broken.
I just always say, like, heal yourself, or know what you're working on. Some people don't know what they need to work on before they start getting into a certain place. So, like, you just gotta work on yourself.
I think it's time for the advice.
Ain't nobody said it was gonna be easy, but it'll get easy when you learn how to love yourself. When you get to a point in your life where you look at people and you go, okay, wait a minute, you or me, you will make a decision.
What is your advice for the week?
Seek help. Therapy is not for white people only. And sometimes we all need that shit. Sleep don't cure everything. Water and Robitussin don't cure everything.
And Vicks.
Don't forget the
And ginger ale with crackers.
Ginger ale. Ginger ale does not cure depression, okay? Tylenol, ibuprofen, it doesn't cure anything. Like, take some Tylenol and go to sleep. Your head just hurt.
Nah. Seek help. What's your advice?
I'm going to say self-care. I think self-care is very important for your mental health. And that's something that I learned about even just last year. Because last year, ooh, bitch, I was going through. But
you made it.
I made it. And I mean, I'm all for therapy. I couldn't afford therapy. It wasn't under my insurance. And I was like, fuck it. So I decided, let's meditate, journal, express. Well, my expression was cursing motherfuckers out. But you get the point.
Expression.
I had to say what I had to say. I got shit off my chest. And decompress. Take time for yourself. Now I do self-care Sundays. Or Saturday. Or the whole damn weekend if I feel like it.
It's okay to drink a whole bottle of wine and feel good about it.
It's okay. Don't do it on the regular. Do not. I'm going to say this. Don't use alcohol to cope. It's okay when you just want to have a moment. You want to drink. But don't do that shit every day. Find something healthy. Find healthy outlets.
Yeah. I think my advice would be find what brings you peace and find what brings you happiness. I think that will probably go in line with your triggers. So figure out what triggers you. So once you know what triggers you, you can know how to avoid it, how not to be around it, and then and triggers can go from just more than just what makes you mad or sad. Find what triggers you to be happy, what triggers you to smile, what triggers you to laugh. Learn those things so that now that you know what makes you happy, you can go find those things so that you could be around that and create happiness. You can create happiness, guys. And don't let people be your source for that either. Sometimes you got to find that within yourself. Like, you can't depend on people to make you happy.
Never depend on people to make you happy. Somebody can add to your happiness, but make sure you make yourself happy before anything else.
And some people practice cleaning can help. You clean that nasty ass house, you'll feel better about yourself.
No, let me say something. That is facts though. When you have clutter, that is something for people that have anxiety, which I feel like I struggle with sometimes. But when you have clutter that makes your mind feel cluttered, when you clean out your space, it does make you feel
don't even see that clutter, but
so
clean
much
that
better.
Right now you're sitting next to a pile of laundry. Fold it or wash it.
That's true. True, fold it, something like that is true. Find it, like, for me sometimes I don't really deal with anxiety or like mental issues like that. I think I've just found a way to kind of like, when I feel out of alignment with myself, I just find ways to like bring myself back in line. So for me, it could just be like you say, it could be straightening something up, or if I'm feeling, I'm like, I'm just frustrated about something, straightening up helps, or talking to y'all helps, laughing about something helps, calling a close friend or a cousin or something.
Y'all know what else is fun? Kickboxing. Knock the shit out that bag. That make you feel good. Sometimes you just need to let that aggression out some way.
Go on a bike ride, a walk, a run, something, some type of way. If you need to get outside of your home, do that so that can decompress you. Find ways to create peace. Peace brings
Go
balance.
outside, people. Go outside. Get some sunlight.
And during this time, like, a lot of people have like had a bunch of different experiences being in quarantine and everything. Like, use this time to really look at the people around you so that you can be like, okay, I do not need this around me. Their energy isn't good. They stress me out. Their drama drags me down. Some people are energy vampires.
Yeah.
Some people are energy vampires, and when they're going crazy and they're chaos, they want to. Misery loves company, so they want you to be just as miserable as them.
Listen, set boundaries. Set boundaries. You gotta know you can be there for people, but you gotta cut it off at some point because that will start to drain you. That shit will mess with your energy. You gotta learn how to set boundaries.
I think that's good advice, guys.
Great advice.
That was good advice. So this will wrap up this episode, guys. Be sure to follow us on IG at queenish_podcast. If you would like advice or have questions, you can email us at queenishpod@gmail.com.
Or you can leave a comment on the YouTube or Instagram.
We're everywhere.
Or give us some topic ideas. We're always open to that.
Yeah, we're open. See you next time, guys.
Bye.